Well. What do we have here? Another live. Welcome in. Welcome in. Doing another live on today. Hope all is well on this happy, beautiful, blessed Sunday. You learn with Robert here. If you're coming in for the first time, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can be abreast of what's coming on next and get everything started. So, we're going to go ahead and give everything started on today. I'm checking on my end to see how everything's looking, trying to see the analytics, trying to see things in the background, trying to see if my uh, everything is taken care of. So if you're seeing me playing with stuff, that's because I am actually checking to see if everything's okay. So the name of this is Satoshi Trap. There's a lot of things going on in the market right now. Bitcoin. First of all, I need to let you know this is not financial or investing advice. So there's a lot of things going on in the market in relation to Bitcoin and what's going on now. Wanted to talk to you in relations to what's going on in the market and what's going on in Bitcoin news. A lot of people are seeing the things that are going on as it relates to Satoshi, as it relates to Bitcoin going up and down, and they're trying to figure out what is going on. Why is Bitcoin retracing? Why am I dealing with this? Is the whole run over as it relates to Bitcoin? What's going on? What should I do? So we're doing the Satoshi Trap, and that's the name of the live video. So if you're coming in, welcome in, hit the like button, go ahead and hit subscribe button, and feel free to hit the join button. So on today, the Satoshi Trap, I know it's a Sunday. Most people are getting out of church. Most people are at brunch and things of that nature. But if you're catching this on the replay, feel free to watch it all the way through because you are going to get some information that you have not gotten before, and this is something valuable and important. I'm just pulling up my notes in which I wrote down some things. Um, you know, I talked about before, but I wanted to reiterate people look at their phone 80 to 100 times a day. So you're looking at your phone 80 to 100 times a day. A lot of people are skimming through, and like I said, you've been at brunch, you've been, hanging out with loved ones, family, friends at church. Some people have just been out relaxing at the house, and they're trying to figure out what is the world is going on with the Satoshi Trap. What do you mean Satoshi Trap? Well, how is there a trap? I don't understand. You learn with Robert. How is there a trap? And how are we setting ourselves up? A lot of people don't understand there's a setup happening, and you're trying to figure out what's happening with the setup. Why is there a setup, and what's going on? What's going on in the market? And like I said, it's not financial or investment advice. So you're trying to figure out what's going on, and there is a trap coming. And I'm just letting you know there is a super trap, and a lot of people are going to get caught up in the Satoshi trap. And you're probably wondering, what in the world is Satoshi Trap? And I'm going to let you know in this video. So the Satoshi Trap. So if you don't know, Bitcoin has, been all in the market, all in the news. Everybody's talking about Bitcoin. Everybody's saying, oh, the Bitcoin halving. Now that the Bitcoin halving is over, what's going on? Should I invest in Bitcoin? Those are things people have been asking. They're asking about Ethereum, Litecoin. They're asking about Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, and all these other markets. But what's going on with Bitcoin? Am I trapped? Should I keep it? Should I release it? Is it going to go down to 50,000? But you don't understand there is a Satoshi trap happening, and you could be caught up in the trap if you're not careful. The whole video is to let you know about how to minimize yourself in this Satoshi trap, and you don't get caught up in nonsense. Now, this is not financial or investment advice. However, I wanted you to keep in mind anything I say, make sure you do your own due diligence and research. Make sure anybody you're watching on YouTube, I don't care what they say, I don't care what they're talking about, make sure you do your own due diligence and research. And if they're not telling you this, you may want to run away because they're not giving you the entire truth, and they're telling you everything they say is 100% true. So what I'm saying to you is this. You have to ask yourself this question. Do you want to get caught up in the trap? Are you going to place yourself so you will not get caught up in the trap? And some of you are wondering, what is going on, you learn, Robert? How is there a Satoshi trap? How am I going to get caught up with this? And how am I not going to get involved in this so-called trap? So I'm glad you tuned in. I'm glad you're watching, and I'm glad you're asking yourself this question. Number one, the number one way you're not getting involved or caught up in the Satoshi trap is stick to the plan. Yes, that's right. Stick to the plan. So you may have a plan set up in place of how you are controlling the market, how you're doing your thing. So if you decide to short the market, if that's your plan, stick to your plan. If you're deciding to keep it long term, if that's your plan, stick to your plan. If you're trying to get it midterm, that's your plan, keep your plan. Go with the plan. Don't have emotion tied and attached to this. Don't have emotion tied and attached to this. There's another way that you're not getting involved and getting caught up in the Satoshi trap, not putting yourself emotionally involved. Oh man, Bitcoin's up. Yay, everybody's clapping. Oh, there's parties, there's confetti. But when Bitcoin's down, everybody's upset, everyone's frustrated. That's how you're not getting caught up in the Satoshi trap. So you're not, you're following what you're playing. Number one, you are not caught up in the motion. Number two, and number three, you're looking at your long-term vision. Now, some of you are probably saying, well, this is actually the same intensity. This is the same thing. What do you mean long-term vision? You're sticking with your plan. Well, everyone has their own long-term vision. You have to ask yourself, where are you and what do you want to be in the next 5 to 10 years? What do you want to be? Do you want to be the person that says, I wish I shoulda, coulda? Do you want to be the person that says, oh, wow, I remember when Bitcoin was and I did this? So ask yourself this question. I want you to write this down after this video. Write it down in the tablet. I always tell people to write stuff down in the tablet. I always keep notebooks around and I write stuff down myself. I have notebook paper all over and I write things down. That's very valuable. As you can see, I wrote this down because I had a plan. I had a plan and I stuck to the plan. And what this was talking about how Bitcoin was in the price. So I looked at the price and I was not caught up by emotion because I knew what the price was in the past and where it is now. So what I did was wrote down something. I saw the strategic plan. I saw what Bitcoin was prior to the first halving, the second halving, the third halving, and I did my historical research on what Bitcoin has been up into that process. So guess what? I didn't get caught up in the Satoshi trap. I didn't get caught up in all this nonsense and mess. I didn't get caught up in what everybody's dealing with, all the emotion. I took the emotion out of it. I took the emotion. It didn't bother me. What I said was, this is how many Bitcoin I am looking to get. This is my strategy and this is my procedure. Now, some of you are probably saying, well, hey, hold up now. I don't know if I can put $60,000 into one asset or $50,000. I can't put myself in that place leveraging that much Bitcoin. But you have to understand 100 million Satoshis equals 1 Bitcoin. So there's no excuse. If you're watching me, you can buy Satoshis. You can buy Satoshis. So you don't have to worry about buying 1 Bitcoin or a whole one. You can spend $5, $10, $100, whatever your budget is. You have the ability to spend that on your budget. Like I said, this is not financial or investment advice, but you have to look into yourself and say, what is my goal and what is my plan? How can I not trap myself? How can I not put myself in a position where I'm looking 10 years down the road and said, although we've come to the end of the road, and you're singing like Boyz II Men, till I can't let it go. You're singing that song because you have got caught up with the Satoshi trap. Yeah, maybe I'll forgive you, baby. You'll be singing that song because you got caught up in the Satoshi trap because you were looking here and there and everywhere and you didn't have tunnel vision. You need to be like a horse with blinders. If you ever been to a parade and you see these horses galloping down the road, you'll notice they have these little cups on their eyes and they're called blinders, so they won't look at all the parade people and the people shouting and the people playing the trumpet and the kids throwing stuff and the people taking pictures in the flash. The horses is looking straight and they're not worrying about what's going on to the left, to the right. They're only looking at what's going straight in front of them so they can know, look, I can't get caught up in all this. That's why they put blinders on horses. So you have to be like that horse and put a blinder on yourself to understand what your goal is so you do not get caught up in the Satoshi trap. You're not caught up in all this nonsense. You're not caught up in all this rigmarole. You're not caught up in all these things that may potentially blind you. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome in, BDGP, Miss T with the T, Lisa J. Welcome in, everyone in the chat and everyone in. Rob, Jet, what's going on? What's going on? So you have to ask yourself this question. You have to be informed. You have to be well equipped and well informed so that you will not be caught up in the trap. It's going down. It's going down. You're looking at Bitcoin is going down and you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. But here's the question. What are you going to do? I talked about yesterday the rise of AI, and I talked about, in the beginning of the video, I talked about just make the video. So if you have not watched that video, please feel free to watch that. Look up here, there's a subscribe button, and go ahead and like this video. But however, what I'm saying to you is this. You have to ask yourself this question. Are you going to be caught in a position where you just were willful ignorance? You have willful ignorance, meaning someone's telling you what's going on, but you willfully ignored the fact that this is going on. Well, if I just, go about my business and look and see what's going on with Beaver and all these other people in the news, I can just figure it out and I don't have to worry about nothing. I ain't worried about nothing. I ain't got to worry about none of that. And I can just focus on this, and you just keep the blinders on, but you're blinded to other things that are not anticipating your financial success. Here's the thing about it. If I am happier about your financial success than you need to pinch yourself and wake up. Wake up, wake up. Listen, Linda, listen. You need to wake up. If I'm more excited about your financial success than you need to wake up and smell the coffee. The best part of waking up. No, that's not Folgers. Sorry, Folgers. But what I'm saying to you is you need to wake up and smell the coffee and get with the program. Get with the program, because if you're not doing what you need to do, you're going to be caught up in the Satoshi trap. Why are you going to be caught up in the Satoshi trap? Because you're not focused on what it is that you need to focus on. You're not focused on the things that needs to be assigned for you. Here's the thing. And let me let you in on a little secret here. You're my little secret, and that's how we should keep it. No, Bitcoin is not a little secret, and that's not how we should keep it. We are talking about what's going to potentially help you get out of where you're going to. I want you to imagine something. I want you to imagine whatever price I paid for this coffee. Miss T with the T, Cafe Bustelo. I got some in the kitchen. But whatever you pay for Cafe Bustelo, right? Whatever BDGB pays, pays for that. Whatever Prez the Investor pays for coffee. Whatever Lisa J pays for. I want you to imagine a cup of coffee, and I want you to 10 times that value of what coffee is now. Whatever Cafe Bustelo costs right now, I want you to imagine it's 10 times the price of what it is. Whatever this bag of Kauai coffee is, I want you to imagine it's 10 times the amount now. Hey, I want you to imagine whatever gas is, it's 10 times the amount now. Now, you probably said, ooh. Oh, no, I don't know what? I don't know if I can afford that. Well, if you're putting yourself in that position, if it made you get squeamish, if you thought about the price of that, if it made you get squeamish and it made you get in a position where you're like, I don't know about that. I don't know. If it made you think about that, then this is for you. This drink is for you. So I'm going to take a sip of what's in this cup. This drink is for you. It ain't no liquor. I don't drink. What I'm saying to you is this. If it made you flinch to think about your state costing 10 times as much as it costs, your car insurance costing 10 times as much as it costs, your homeowner's insurance costing 10 times as much as it costs, your cost of living costing 10, your rent, your mortgage, your whatever costing 10 times as much as it costs. If it made you flinch and you don't have a plan, then this is for you. If you just like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? If that happens, I'm just gonna do this. You know what I mean? If that made you think that way, then this is not for you. But if it made you flinch a little bit, just a little bit, if it made you flinch to think about the cost of light bill and the cost of the water bill 10 times as much, and the cost of this and the cost of that, if it made you flinch, thinking about that, then this is for you. This is something you need to focus on. How do you set yourself up so that you do not fall in the Satoshi trap? Number one, as I talked about before, you stick with the plan. Now, you're probably saying, some of you saying, oh, well, you learned, I don't have a plan. Okay, I'm glad you're here. Now, this is not financial or investment advice, but your plan. What is the plan that you should stick to? The plan that you should stick to is, number one, is creating a plan. So you got to write the vision. What's up, Tamika? Hey, what's up, everybody in the chat? You got to write the vision now. You got to put it down in the notebook. You got to write it down. Hey, look, I'm going to show you a glance of some things, but you can't see it all. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is you have to write down something and write the vision down, put it down, and get a vision. So you learn. You said something about I don't have to buy a full Bitcoin. Oh, I can get on that. So are you telling me I can pay $1 in Bitcoin? I can pay $5 in Bitcoin, $10? Yes, that's what I'm saying to you. You can put the amount you want, and guess what? One Satoshi, 100 million of them equals one Bitcoin. So stop focusing on the big picture. You see what the big picture is, but let's focus on the small picture. Let's focus on how much Bitcoin is not. Let's look at Satoshi value. What I'm saying to you is there's only a certain amount of Bitcoin that's going to be available. Now, there's some people will say, well, I'm a dollar cost average. I dollar cost averaging all the time. I'm always purchasing Bitcoin. I'm always purchasing Ethereum and other assets and things of that nature. What I'm saying is I'm dollar cost averaging. I'm not looking at the amount. I'm not looking at what it costs. My personal strategy is I'm looking at what is it going to be in 10 years. Because I'm looking at, okay, in 10 years, I'm going to be X amount of years old. In 20 years, I'm going to be X amount of years old. And what is the price of living going to cost in 10 to 20 years? How much is that going to cost you? How much is the latest car going to cost you with all this tech in it? How much is it going to cost you when AI potentially takes most people's job? How much is that going to cost you? How are you going to be living? Ask yourself that question. How are you going to be living when you can't Uber or Lyft because these robo-taxis are taking over? Hey, Waymo's already doing it. So what is it going to cost you to live? That's what I look at. So I look at that, and no matter what I invest in, is it going to be here in 10 to 20 years? That's what I look at. I said, okay, if I'm going to put my assets and resources in this, will this potentially be here in 10 to 20 years? My personal thought, this is one thing. This is one light bulb, one moment that I think that should be the light bulb for everyone else. BlackRock. BlackRock is one of the world's largest asset holders. They have trillions of dollars in assets. In the United States, look up BlackRock. They have a lot of money and resources. And as it relates to BlackRock, they are number one as it relates to the Bitcoin ETF that's out. So if BlackRock is going in and telling their clients, hey, look, I need you to talk about this. Hey, look, I need you to do this. If BlackRock is saying, hey, I got a secret, I want to get involved in the market, that should be a clue that if BlackRock is doing it, guess what? You should potentially be doing it as well. So what does BlackRock got to do with me? I got a BlackRock. What your BlackRock got to do with me? I got a BlackRock. You know that song. I got a girl. I ain't trying to hear that. See, y'all, come on now. Come on. Y'all should know the song. So anyway, if BlackRock has already positioned themselves to greatness, they have assets. They can buy up the float like this, meaning they can buy up like this, and you're priced out. The only reason this asset has not shot up is because they're getting more of their clients potentially in position. Once that happens, you won't see a lower price in Bitcoin. You won't see a lower price. They're going to buy it up. I'm telling you, Kathy Woods, MicroStrategy, ARK Invest. If you look at all of these companies, there will not be any Satoshis left. Now, the great part about me saying this is I'm stepping out on a limb. I'm stepping out on a limb because most people ain't going to tell you this because they're scared to make a prediction because they're scared because they don't know the asset class. So they make these little strange positions. Look, let me explain this to you. Pretty much everything I've made about Bitcoin since I started putting money into it has come true. Now, I'm not saying that everything is going to be 100% true. What I'm saying to you is I have a pretty good track record, and I'm pretty sure I know what the heck I'm talking about. However, this is not financial or investment advice. What I'm saying to you is everyone needs to look at the lenses and put the blinders on and ask yourself, if this goes to $1,000,000 per Bitcoin, that means the price, the amount of Satoshis you get, the small fractions, it's like portions. It's like, think about a Bitcoin as a whole cake, and Satoshis are slices of that cake, slivers of that cake. So the amount of slivers per slice that you can get is going to go up if the price of Bitcoin goes up. However, if you pay $10 at 60,000, the same $10 at 70,000 won't get you as many Satoshis. However, you need to be looking at collecting Satoshis, because the more Satoshis you collect, the better value it could potentially be in the future. Now, you asking yourself, hey, you learn, I don't understand this. This is just not something for me. He's a little bit too hyped. He's always talking about this. Yeah, I need to talk about LeBron and what happened to the Nuggets game and what's going on with Beaver and all these other folks. I want to look at all that other stuff. I want to turn the TV on and be lullabied and why all this stuff happening, what's going on across the pond, across the water. I want to look at all this other stuff because I'm looking at that because I'm scared to make a decision based on what I think. You got to understand, Geppetto pulls the strings. You don't know who Geppetto is? It's Pinocchio. Geppetto pulls the strings and the puppet moves. And when the puppet moves, people are, oh, yay, the puppet. Oh, the puppet, yay. Oh, they being lullabied by a puppet show, and they're distracted from what's really going on. That's why I said take the emotion out of what's going on. Take the emotion out of what's going on. When you take the emotion out of Bitcoin, when you take the emotion out of Ethereum, when you take the emotion out of Shiba and Doge and all Litecoin and Bitcoin Classic and all these other things, when you take the emotion out of it, then maybe you can see where it's going. Hey, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So you have to look at this. Most people, let's talk about, people who look at shoes. They look at some shoes and they're emotionally attached to something. They look at a pair of glasses and they're emotionally attached to those glasses. They say, oh, if I can rock these reading glasses, then people will see me at a certain pace because I have these reading glasses, because I have these shoes, because I have this car, because I have this house. People will look at me a certain type of way, how I'm dressed, the cologne I wear, shoes that I drive, ice that I wear, close your eyes, picture me rolling. Okay, y'all don't know that. People feel what they can't understand, hate what they can't conquer. I guess that's just the theory of man. Listen, you got to understand, people are lullabied by things, and the fact that you can't tangibly touch a Bitcoin, you're not emotionally attached to it. So therefore, you're going to make a decision based off emotion, and unfortunately, you're not going to be able to buy the things you want to buy because it's going to be priced out of pocket. I want you to imagine 1 minute. I want you to imagine 1 minute that you have at least one Bitcoin. You kept buying little by little, and you have one Bitcoin. Imagine Bitcoin is $1 million. Bitcoin goes to $3 million in the next 10 to 15, 20 years. How would that make your life? If they allowed you the opportunity to say, you know what, I want to start this business, and you can borrow against that. How would that make your life? If you wanted to buy something and you wanted to buy asset, land, homes, whatever the case may be, I'm not saying that they're going to allow you to do that, but potentially, I'm going with potential. What if? Now, I'm sure it's going to happen, but I can't tell you it's going to happen that way because they haven't said it. But potentially, it's not financial or investment advice, but potentially, it's $1 to $3 million. You got at least one of them. But you can borrow against that asset, and you can do what you need to do. You can make sure that your kid's college fund is paid for. You can make sure that your family member who's, in a home can go to your home and be taken care of. You can make sure that you can retire your grandparents or your family or your friends. This is not just about me. That's why I'm on here talking to you. This is not just about me. I'm not just on here blowing smoke and throwing it up in the air like LeBron James and saying, I'm not, that's not about me. It's about you. The whole reason I'm on here on a Sunday, all alone on a Sunday morning, outside I see the rain, it's slowly falling. Listen, this is about you. This is about you. This is not about me. This whole thing is about you. The reason why I'm speaking about this is because it's about you. I want you to be in position where you can set yourself up, you can set your family up, you can set your friends up, you can set your loved ones up, you can set your foundations up, you can set your church up, you can set everyone after you, your children's children after you, because you're making a decision to not be lullabied by things. Here's the thing. I like nice things. I have nice things. However, those nice things don't control me. Hey, could you imagine for 1 second that you don't have to clock in and go to the job that you don't like? Could you imagine that for 1 second? Could you imagine that you can just wake up when you want to wake up, do what you want to do, help who you want to help? Could you imagine driving down the street and seeing a single mom with 4 kids sitting at the bus stop and saying, hey, look, let me take you somewhere, going somewhere and picking up the single mom with 4 kids and buying them a vehicle and thinking nothing about it? Could you imagine that same single mom buying them housing, a homeless person, putting them in position to be powerful because you have businesses and organizations? See, here's the thing. If you only think about what I can do, oh, I can do this. I can't wait till I do this. And when I get this, I'm do this. And I. If you only think about what I can do, then your vision is not big enough. If your vision is not bigger than you, it's not big enough. This is not about necessarily one thing. It's about who are you here to help? Because let's be honest. I said it yesterday. I personally don't think you're going to have enough money in a type of plan that's going to say, you know what? When we get X amount of years, we can draw from this thing that we've been paying for years. I don't think it's going to be there in that aspect. And if it is, it's going to be so minute that's going to be just enough to get you by. Do you want to have just enough to get you by? Are you tired of having just enough to get you by? You know, we always say, I wish somebody would have told me this, and this. I wish somebody would have told me this. If only I would have known. Now you know. And knowing is half the battle. And it's not G.I. Joe. What I'm saying is now you know what's going on. If you don't know, now you know. Hey. You know who you are, a superstar. You're a superstar. And you know why you're a superstar? Because you're taking the time out of your busy schedule to listen to a silly man in the dock talking about something that could potentially change their life. That's how you're a superstar. Not about Sega Nintendo, Sega Genesis. If you know, you know. If you don't know, now you know. But anyway, what I'm saying to you is this. How can you not fall into the Satoshi trap? Because you're having a goal. You're putting it in there. You know, I started something called the $10 Bitcoin challenge, okay? And what that was, not financial or investment advice, I wanted the people who follow me to benefit from the things I'm talking about. So I wanted them to have massive action. Hey, I looked at it and I said, you know, some people can't afford to spend X amount of dollars. So I said, you know what? Once a month, pay at least $10 in Bitcoin once a month and just keep doing it. If you can afford to pay it twice a month, do it. If you can afford to pay it once a week, $10, do it. If you can afford to pay it every day, and if that's what you decide to do and your financial means, do it. I didn't want to put a price like, oh, well, every day pay $10 because everybody can't afford that. I didn't want to say, I'm going to do X, Y, Z because it may put you in a position where you say, well, I can't do that, so I'm not going to do nothing. And you know what? A confused mind does nothing. So I can't do this, so I don't want to do. And the last time I checked, I can do all things through who strengthens me. I can do everything. So I don't want to put you in a position where you're fearful and not make a move. That's why I'm continually putting you in a process. And it's funny. My phone just rang. It says check updates for stock. Lisa J, Stocks, and President Investor, we were online and had a live yesterday. They're going on at 3 o'clock today. So make sure you tune into them. But you know, we're talking about how we have so many alerts and my phone's just alerted. Be sure to check for stock updates. You got to understand. If you can check your phone for the latest gossip, the latest game, the sports scores, what's going on, what's the best place to eat, who said what latest shoe drop, merch drop. If you can check your phone for that, You can set your phone 3 times a day to check your stocks and crypto. You can set your phone to say, let me see, let me get myself wet in the market. Because here's the thing. Should the person who doesn't know your financial situation be more enthusiastic about it than you? I have a 401k, have a SEP plan, but should the people who are over that be more excited than me? No. Should your 401k person be more excited than you? No. You should be all over it. You should be able to say, you know what? Let me see what I can do with mine. Let me see what I can do with it do. Let me invest on my own, not financial investment advice. Let me also keep my 401k and SEP plan, a Roth or whatever you have, a Roth IRA. Let me also keep that, but let me do this on the side to be sure I understand my money. Because if you understand your money, you can say, you know what? Because a lot of people, what they do, here's what they do. Yo, Lisa J. A lot of people, what they do is this. They get a job and they go to HR and they say, hey, you need, they have a big old meeting and they say, oh, we have 401k and this is our company match. And they give you a big old prospectus. And then you call the people and they can't give you any type of advice. But they say, hey, just pick something, or these are plans of people who are thinking about retiring in this. These are the plans of this. And you're just confused. So you start picking stuff like you're playing darts and just throwing it at something, hoping and praying that that fund is going to be valuable. So you just hope and pray that that fund is going to do well for you. So you just pick anything at random. Now, come on now. At random? You randomize. You put in randomizer and you say, okay, NYSE, aggressive growth, 40-20. You put all these things in randomizer, hit a button. Okay, that's the one I'm gonna go with. You don't know nothing about it. You ain't gonna read all that stuff. You just pick something and you expect that to help you in your financial future. Well, if they offer me this, well, maybe, just maybe, it's something great. If they offer it, maybe, just maybe, it's something that's going to be beneficial to me. So you just say, hey, and then you don't even pay attention to it when they send you statements. You just throw it in a box or the junk drawer and don't pay attention to it. Don't look at it. Don't keep in mind what's going on, because a confused mind does nothing. Oh, they got it. They care more about my freedom than I do. The same people you're working for care more about your freedom than you do. Okay, I'll wait. The same people who give you a 1% to 5% raise care more about your freedom than you do. Okay, I'll wait. The same people that you work for, when you go to and you're struggling and you say, hey, look, can I get a day off? Oh, I'm sorry. It's already full. Oh, you didn't come in on time today. The same people who say that to you care more about your freedom than you do. I don't think so. They just do that for the advantages. I'm just going to be honest. They get certain advantages for how many people put money in a 401k. So that's why they offer it to you. It's not about your freedom. They don't care about your freedom. They don't. I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to let the cat out the bag. I'm going to reveal the magic trick. Robert Copperfield. Woo, I'm going to show you the magic trick behind the scenes. They don't care. They just do it for a benefit. And you think that it's going to free you because you just picked something on a piece of paper and you just go about your day. You go get a drink. You go do this. You go smoke. You do this and you lullaby it away. You learn. Why are you so mean? Why are you talking so mean? You learn. I'm not talking mean. I am trying to help you. Hey, someone said the position of freedom is to free someone else. I believe that was Harriet Tubman. The position of freedom is to free someone else. So what I'm saying to you is the only way you can get pushed to the next level in your life is you have to take control of something that is getting to you. You have to take control of this information over your life. You have to be ready to listen. You got to be ready to put yourself, take note. Hey, you might be driving right now, listening to me. You might be at work right now, listening to me. You might be in the bed, listening to me. Whatever you got going on, listening to me, you should, in my opinion, go back over this and look at it again and take some notes. This is information I know. So do I listen to my own stuff? Yeah, I do. Why? Not necessarily this. If I recorded something for my members, I'm listening to it. I'm adding to it. I'm doing what I need to do because I want to make sure that, first of all, the information was valuable. Secondly, the information is going to put them in position of power. And thirdly, if they do what is said to do, they can be put in a position that change their lives dramatically. I'm not here just to be talking just to talk. I'm not here just to be sweating like a preacher in the pulpit and asking you for some money. That's not my goal. My goal is to help you. That's my goal. Now, I'm not giving you financial or investment advice, and you're probably wondering, why do you have to keep saying this? Because it's always some one person who's going to say, well, they told me to do this and I did this. So just for financial sake and just for, legalities, that's what we got to say. Here's the thing. Anything I go over, take notes. Do your due diligence and research. And even when I come back online, then you come back and say, hey, you learned, you said this, this, and this. What about this? You come and ask questions because you don't know. And if I don't know the answer, I'm going to find the answer. I might say on that particular live, hey, look, that's a wonderful question. I'll come back. I may know the answer then, but that live may not be the time to address it. So I may address it in another video. So what I'm saying to you is this. How do you set yourself up? You stop pretending like everything is perfect. Think about it. You drive home. Hey, my cart. You drive home. You drive home from work. You get on the phone. You listen to the radio. You talk on the phone. You pick up your kids. You come home and do the same routine over and over again. And you pretend like everything is perfect. Because you don't want to think about tomorrow. Well, it says don't need no thought for tomorrow, but it also says a wise man leaves an inheritance to his children. Well, if you don't have any children, I don't want to leave an inheritance to people I don't know. Well, if you ever looked at certain buildings and colleges and they're named after certain people, everybody doesn't have kids. There's certain parks named after certain people. You have to look at yourself and say, what am I going to contribute to society? That's the point. We unfortunately have our hands out so many times. We want our hands to be out and want everybody to give us something. Give me. And we always want something for free. But we want somebody to help us. Pay some money for me. Do something for me. But we never want to do anything for anybody else. Here's the thing. I literally read a lot of books. Books. I got books here. I got books behind me. Got books. I read a lot of books. I spend money on books, courses, information. Because if you pour into you, you're going to get more value and you can pour into other people. Guess what? I want to help authors because guess what? There's things that I'm doing. I buy courses. Why? Because there's things that I'm doing. You can't expect someone to do something for you if you don't do for other people. If you hold your hand tight, I'm going to hold this last $5 in my hand and I'm not going to release it. It's never going to grow. It's never going to matriculate into anything. Everyone should have, everyone should have a savings account and an emergency fund. That is very vital and important. But guess what? Having all your money in that that's not growing and your bank going over here, making it rain on other entrepreneurs. And then you ask them for a loan for your business and they looking at you like, You bounce a check or you don't have the money in there. They charge you $29 to $35. They looking at you like, But they made hundreds of thousands off your little money. They done invested your money to 10 different people, but you can't get $1 when you ask for it. Think about it, y'all. Think about it. I'm just going to keep it $1.30. Listen. I went earlier and I went to go get some fuel. And I normally go someplace to get my fuel. I just didn't want to drive there. So I went somewhere quick. I just happened to look and premium was like $4 and some change. And I was like, oh, okay. I just, filled my tank up. But I never pay attention to it. I just normally go to certain gas station. I hit premium. I put gas in the car and I keep it moving. I get the receipt, put it in my pocket, keep it moving. Why don't I pay attention to that? Why doesn't it matter? Because I said to myself long ago, I am not going to be controlled by how much things cost. I'm not going to be controlled over how much things cost, and I'm not going to get upset over it because there's nothing you can do to change it. Oh, but wait, you can change it. Do you invest in any fuel companies, BP, Exxon, Chevron? Do you have any fuel companies in your portfolio? Oh, my gas bill is up. Do you have any, Duke Energy in your portfolio, or any, type of energy plays in your portfolio? Oh man, my cell phone, it's always going up. Do you have Verizon or T-Mobile or whatever in your portfolio? AT&T, do you have those in your portfolio? Now, I'm not saying that's the best thing, always alternative, but here's the thing. If I'm going to pay my money to a company, I want a return on my investment. I remember I used to pay my power bill. I would say, okay, it's X amount of dollars. So I pay so many months in advance. And it seemed like I would look, and in 2 months, I'll be like, huh? Why is it, what? Why the power bill keep going up? So I stopped paying it like that because it seemed like they found a way. I'd be out of town for 3 weeks. But how did I use more power? I unplugged everything. I was out of town for 3 weeks. But now it's more? That don't make sense. So I stopped doing it like that. But what I'm saying is, instead of getting upset with the amount of how much the power bill costs, I want to own a piece of that. So when they increase your power, the cost of your lights, I want to get paid off that. I want to get a dividend off that. I want to grow when they grow. They say you can buy your hair if it won't grow. No, I can buy the power company if it won't grow. I want to make sure that I'm getting paid for the things that I like. That's what I'm saying. President Investor, we was talking after the show, and he was drinking a Pepsi. And do you realize Pepsi has a stock? Not saying Prez already know that. Lisa J. Stocks already know that. And by the way, they're going live at 3. But do you know that they have a stock? Well, I don't just drink Coke. I drink this. Do you know that certain companies or certain brands are up under that umbrella? So if you look at all of the plays or all of the things or all of the drinks that are under that, okay, young women who watch my channel, I'm just going to keep it a buck, Unilever brand. There's certain brands that you use on a Unilever brand that you use all the time, every month. Some people use it every month. I'm not going to go into detail of what it is, but if you're going to pay for certain things, why not get paid for those things to come back into your stream? You pay for it every month. You believe in it so much that you pay for this brand every month, but you're scared to invest in it. Ask yourself that question. Why am I scared to release funds into something I pay for every month? So that's what I'm saying. Well, I don't want to deal with that, you learn. I don't want to deal with all that. I just want to set it and forget it. ETFs. Got wonderful VTO, VTI. You know what I'm saying? They got so many ETFs that are wonderful. Vanguard. So many ETFs that are wonderful that have so many stocks in it. Well, you said, hold up, you're confusing me. You said this was about Bitcoin and Satoshi and Ethereum, and now you're going on stocks. You got to understand, I invest in both sides. I'm not just a one-sided, one size fits all person. It's called diversification for a reason. Here's the thing. If I came online and I wore the same shirt every time I come online, this is a blue shirt. I don't know if you can see it in camera. This is blue, like a baby blue, like a Tar Heel blue. If I wore the same Tar Heel blue shirt every time I came online, you would probably assume that I'm wearing the same shirt. Now, personally, I got a lot of colors the same. I make my own stuff. So I may have 5 or 6 shirts the same way. However, I don't come online with the same red shirt, the same blue shirt, the same this shirt, the same orange shirt. I have a lot of shirts the same color because I make my own stuff. Why am I saying that? Why? I'm trying to get you to understand something. There's always a reason for everything. So here's the question. Why do we keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results? Why? Why do we continue to do the same thing over and over? Why? We do the same thing and we expect things to be different. Well, it's going to be different this time. So-and-so said this to me this time. It's going to be different. Why do we expect things to be different? People show you who they are. So why are you continuing? What did your boy say? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different performance. So why are we doing the same thing, going to the same job, going to the same situation over and over and over and over again and expecting different results? Why are we not changing up stuff that we do? Why are we not putting more stuff into ourselves? Now, looking at the chat, I see a lot of content creators are in here. You know, the people who have talked about it. So here's the question for you. Do you believe more in your content, or do you believe more in your situation? We all deal with certain situations. We all are having things that go on in our life every day. We all are dealing with something. However, you have to ask yourself this question. Are we going to let that thing control us, or are we going to be put in a position that we can help and empower other people? Stop being afraid to make content. Stop being afraid to do what you got to do. Stop being afraid to upgrade your space. I don't care if it's a corner in an office. This is a whole, office in my house, whole office that I have. However, I keep upgrading it. If you've seen this, you've seen it upgraded. I don't like this, so I changed this. I don't like that, so I changed that. You keep seeing changes. Why? Because I'm not afraid to update something, because I'm giving you value. And if I can't get the attention of the value I'm giving, I have to increase it some type of way. So if I'm updating something, hey, look, I'm glad that you're here. I want to update your life, and that's why I'm giving you value in the information I'm giving. Now, some things will go over people's head, but if you listen to it again, I promise you, it'll sink in. Take notes. I'm not just talking to talk. I walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it. So anyway, what is the recap of this? Number one, recap. Stick to the plan. Stick to your goals. If you don't have a plan, create a plan. Well, how do I know? How do I know what the plan is? Create a plan. Listen to people who are giving you value. You got Lisa J. Stocks in here. You got Prez the Investor in here. Wonderful channels. Not just You Learn with Robert. They're wonderful channels that you can go to and listen to valuable information as well. I wouldn't have mentioned them if I didn't find them valuable. You wouldn't see me on a live with them if I didn't find them valuable. What am I saying? I'm trying to be sure that everyone around me wins. I want the whole team winning. I don't want just one person winning. Because if that was the case, I wouldn't be on YouTube. I wouldn't be making videos. I'd just be living a good life, enjoying myself, not worried about making videos of content, not worried about being in my office when I can be doing other things. I would not be worried about it. I have a membership. And I mentioned, a lot of people make memberships because they want to make money. Let me explain this to you. My membership is not just so I can make money. My membership is because I want to give value. And I said it, and I'm going to say it publicly again. If you join my membership at any level and you don't get 10 times the value of what the membership is, cancel it. That's how confident I am in my membership. That's how confident I am in it. I'm telling you, things are about to happen inside the membership that you probably don't want to miss. There's some things I just can't talk about. That's outside in YouTube land. Certain things I will talk about with my members, but certain things I can't talk about just in this public setting. Certain information I just can't give in this public setting that I can give in the membership. And yes, if you're in the membership, don't be going to show Pookie them. Hey, yeah, this is what he got in the membership. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to take this information and recreate it. Don't do that, because I promise you, my people will come after you with a cease and desist order. I'm just going to keep it a buck. I'm keeping it a buck with you. My intellectual properties. So I'm saying to you this. If you have a membership, create. You're a creator for a reason. I'm looking at my thing, and I got a lot of creators. Create. Okay. You're probably asking, well, You Learn, I'm not there yet. I don't have a membership. What should I do? Start creating for your membership before you get a membership. Guess what? I was creating for my membership before I got a membership. There's things and ideas I already had prior to. I wish I could show y'all some of this, but in here is written down stuff. Can't show you that. In here is written down stuff that I've been writing for my membership way before I got a membership. Way before. I'm looking at this. A lot of information, a lot of detailed information. I wish I could show y'all. 423.23. Make more content. I can't make this stuff up. Let me see if you can look at this. Let me see if you can see this. Look, Make more content. And excuse my nails. Make more content. Make more content. 4/23/23. Make more content. April 23rd, 2023. Oh, this is not just coincidence. I literally just picked this book up just to prove a point. I literally just opened the page and picked it up. See, I got a bookmark somewhere else in this book. So don't think this was just me planning. This is not planned. 23rd. What's today's date? 21st. Almost a year ago, I wrote some information down. Literally. I mean, I'm talking about stuff that I decided to do. And it's funny that I just opened this at a random page. I literally randomly looked at something to show you. I have many books in my office that I've written down information. I could have looked at this book and showed you information in the book. I always write stuff, guys. What am I saying? Even if you're a content creator and you do not have a membership, start writing down information for your membership. If you are a content creator and you have a membership, start writing down stuff that you want to do for your membership if you're not already doing that. Oh, he's a little arrogant and bougie. He's this. You don't even know me. I'm the most humblest person you'll meet. I'm telling you, if you think I'm arrogant and bougie, you really don't know me. I'm one of the most humblest people that you will meet. Why? I look here and there's a picture, or there's multiple pictures of my grandmother. I always mention my grandmother for a reason. My grandmother always taught me, valuable information. First of all, you can't be arrogant. Taught me value, to give people value, to help others. She lived her life helping others. It's not about me, y'all. This is about helping other people so that people can put themselves in a position so they do not have to be, I'm trying to use a certain word without using a certain word, will not be bound to certain situations. That's the whole point. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I can't tell you in 10 years I'm still going to be on YouTube. I can't tell you that. That's the plan. But what am I saying? What I'm saying to you is, I'm telling you this for a reason. Because people are going to be able to look at this 10 years down the road and say, dang, Elon Rob was dropping jewels. We didn't know he was ahead of his time. He said a lot of valuable information. He spilled the beans about a lot of stuff. Man, how did he know about this, and this? I'm telling you information for a reason. So it's right now at 3:00. You have Lisa J. Stocks and Prez the Investor going live. Hey, what's going on? What's up? How's it going? Welcome in. I bought this book. It's called Boss Moves by Myron Golden. Definitely check it out. This is the second copy. The first copy is somewhere. I've read it, got the audio, and continue to read the book. I'm continuing to read information, continue to study information, continue to gain value of information. Like, I literally, when I say leadership and the 1 Minute Manager, there's certain books that I'm reading, and I've read that already. There's some books over here, books behind me, that I just don't feel like getting up and get. Please, if you do not have Audible, this is not sponsored, get Audible. You wouldn't believe how many books I done listened to and then bought the book to read it for a reason. Listen, always refresh your mind. Your mind is a tool. Make sure that your mind is continuing to be processed. It's very vital and very important. Well, I don't have time, you learn. Well, that's why I say get Audible. You can download books, and I'm not talking about books that says, hey, as so-and-so gently caressed his hand through her hair, she looked at him in amazement, and he said, wow. Not talking about those type of books. I'm talking about books that can help you get to another level. Now, what creator is going to tell you that talks about stocks, going to tell you about another stock book? What creator is going to tell you about other valuable information that can help you? And he's not bit frazzled or scared that you're going to go look at information. Me. Why? Because I want you to grow. I'm telling you, if you're not careful, and I'm going to reiterate that, in 5 to 10 years, what you know is the world is going to be changed. And I keep reiterating this because a lot of people are playing games like we still in high school. Listen, we are not still in high school. The stuff, that we thought of in middle school and high school when we were looking at stuff. I remember I was in middle school and I remember my science teacher said they were going to have something that you can have CDs, and there was going to be CDs the size of a quarter. And it was a Crunch magazine. It was a tech magazine. And I remember reading it, and he was like, you're going to have CDs the size of a quarter. And at that time, we didn't know what a CD was. It was tapes, and records, and then I finally got a CD player. So I'm about to date myself for a second. I had a record player at the top, a double CD disc, A and B. I'm at double tape. And then I finally got a 5-disc changer at the bottom when the CDs came out. But what I'm saying is I'm looking like a size of a quarter. And then he came to me a year later and said, you know what, Robert, they said that you're going to be able to put a lot of CDs in this one device. And I'm like, I didn't get it. I was like, there's no way. And then constantly telling us information and getting us to think about the future. And I was like, there's no way. But then when it came out, I was like, wow, remember when the science teacher told me this? I remember. What I'm telling y'all is this. Don't be like I was in middle school. Oh, man, I remember when they told me what happened was that this is going to happen. And then we just sit up here all bamboozled and frazzled. And, oh, no, it just happened. You learned, told me. And I sit up there and ate popcorn and watched him on the big screen TV while he told me what was going to happen. Don't be like that, y'all. Don't be like that. I don't want you to be left behind and thinking, well, I don't believe in this. Yeah, go. I want you to go to. I don't think anybody writes checks anymore as it relates to personal checks, not business checks. I haven't seen anybody write a personal check at a register in a long time. But I remember you used to go to the grocery store, and if you didn't have your ATM card, and you had to go to the ATM to get cash or cash in your pocket or a check, there was no Visa or MasterCard logo. You had to utilize that information. And when you utilize that information, it was like, oh, man, remember that? Remember that? And you were like, man, oh, man, I got this Visa card. And then the Visa came out. People were like, oh, the world coming to an end because of Visa and MasterCard logo. So you didn't have to worry about writing checks. Being behind people had checks. Now you're looking at a situation where you got the ATM card that no longer has got a Visa and the MasterCard logo. Okay. Now you're looking at a situation where most people use their watch, use their phone, and then we're trying to process, how can this Bitcoin thing be valuable? How can this Ethereum be valuable? Do your research. MoneyGram or Western Union or whichever one it was, they are having something through Stellar Lemons. I forgot which one it was, but Stellar Lemons is a network that is a cryptocurrency, and they're utilizing that to send transactions faster. So, when people go and send money to their family, or they don't have a checking account or savings account, and they go use MoneyGram or Western Union, and they utilize that service, they have a crypto to allow you the access to send that faster and quicker. But guess what? They're still going to charge you. Oh, man, if you go to the grocery store, most grocery stores right now have what's called a Bitcoin ATM. And if they don't have a Bitcoin ATM, they have a Coinstar. And if you look at Coinstar, the big green thing that you pass, that you just put your change in, shing, 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 they have, you can either get a card to like your favorite place, like Nike or, Bath and Body Works or wherever, Walmart, you can get a gift card, or you can get crypto. So why would they offer that service if this is not valuable? Why are all these companies? Why is the Lakers arena that used to be called Staples Center? Why did Crypto.com pay all this money to name it Crypto.com arena. Why did they position themselves? Think about it. Los Angeles Lakers, generally speaking, anything that happens in California, you got to pay attention to what's happening there. That's a nugget, y'all. If you pay attention to what's happening there, generally speaking, it'll start matriculating through here, through the United States, or through the world. So why did they name Crypto Arena? And they changed it. They bought the naming rights. They paid more than the Staples Center, and they overpaid for it. And people was like, why? The crypto.com. So they call it the Crypt Arena. So why did they do that if this crypto was going to be nothing? You got to understand, people who have positions of power make power moves in front of our eyes, and we're so caught up in all the gossip of who and what and when and where and why, how and why. We're caught up in all that gossip. And oh man, did you see what happened at Costello? Oh, you seen Jaden, and oh, you seen Beaver? Oh, allegedly you seen that happen. Oh, girl, we caught up in all this? Oh man, I can't believe LeBron couldn't score, and I can't believe the Nuggets. Man, the Nuggets just beat the snot out of LeBron and them, and da. We caught up in all this stuff that's not making us any revenue. Well, I bet on the game, you learned, and I won some money. Okay, listen. How often do you bet on the game and win money? I'm just going to sip on that. How often? I wouldn't recommend you gambling anyway. Well, hold up, you learn. Hold up, since you're on that subject, isn't that the same thing as betting on crypto? Well, here's the thing. Let me break this down to you like a fraction, young lads. Crypto, some of it could be like betting because some of it are risky. But Ethereum, Bitcoin, Stellar, if you look at these projects and seeing what they're doing and who they're partnering with, then you can sit back and say, okay, I see the play. I see the moves. I see the power moves. If you sit back and see how much dominance and who's positioning themselves and who's tagging themselves against them, if you look at the dominance and seeing what they're doing, then it's not necessarily gambling. Same thing with stocks. You got an Apple phone watching me right now, but you think buying Apple stock is a gamble. Your cousin them got a Tesla. Your family member got a Tesla. You got a Tesla, and you driving in it right now, and you're on the passenger seat, so you shouldn't be watching me driving. But that's a whole nother subject. But you're on the passenger side of your Tesla watching me now. Okay? But it's a scam. But you won't invest in the stock. You got to understand that people who have wealth don't just put their money in a sock or under their bed. They use their money to make money. They use their money to create wealth. They use their money to continue to matriculate assets. They use their money to continue to move. They make money moves. They don't just sit there and say, yeah, I'm just going to buy this car and sit down and drive around and show all the people I got this car. Listen, can I explain this to you? I've had a lot of vehicles, a lot of nice ones. It's just a vehicle. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. It's just a vehicle. Do they drive smoother than other vehicles? Yes. But at the end of the year, guess what they're going to send you? Hey, look, you have this vehicle. It's worth this amount. You got to get it inspected. You got to pay a fee for it to be inspected. And you got to pay a fee to the state because you have that vehicle. Hold up, wait a minute. So I own this vehicle. I have the actual registration. I have everything to say I own the vehicle. You telling me you still sending me a bill talking about owe you some money? Is that not a racket? How I owe you something for a vehicle I own? I got the papers that say I own this vehicle, but I still owe you some money every year, and I still got to do an inspection to a vehicle that I so-called own. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to think about it. No matter what you think, there's still going to be something that you got to pay. No matter how much money you have, there's still going to be something you have to pay. However, wouldn't it be nice not to have to worry about it? Okay, I got to take this vehicle in to get it inspected. Okay, I got to pay you a fee, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $800,000 for this vehicle because this is the worth is X amount of dollars. So you calculated that you gonna get some money because I own a vehicle in your state. That's weird. To me, that's weird. Now, maybe if I didn't own it and was making payments on it, then maybe, yeah, it's okay for you to get a fee. But if I own the vehicle Yes, just my little gripe, y'all. I'm just having a little gripe session. If I own the vehicle, why do I owe you something every year? Now I see about getting an inspection, but why do I owe you a fee for that vehicle in your state if I own it? If I have the thing that got my name on it, think about it, y'all. So if that's the case every year, wouldn't it be nice to have a situation where you're not concerned about money? Wouldn't that be nice? Ask yourself that question. Wouldn't it be nice if you have a situation where you're not concerned about money, you're not concerned about how much things cost, you're not concerned when you go to the grocery store and your wild caught Alaskan salmon, it was generally $8.99 a pound, now it's $22 a pound. You're not concerned. You just say, you know what, give me 3 or 4 pounds. Guess what? When wild caught salmon a week ago, 2 weeks ago, was $8.99 a pound, I got 3 or 4 pounds. When it was $22 a pound, I got 3 or 4 pounds. Why? Because that's what I want. Wouldn't that be nice to go to the grocery store and feel that way and not say, oh, one bag was $200? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice to be able to, you have a family reunion and be able to say, what do y'all want to go, instead of let's vote on where we're going to go. And that we're going to vote on where we're going to go to the family reunion. And half the people are going to be upset that we don't get to go. And then we're going to have the family reunion in a box square in somebody's backyard and everybody upset. And then you're going to charge me family reunion dues. And we're going to go to this family reunion thing and people are going to be upset seeing each other because we could have went out of state or out of the country. Wouldn't that be nice just to pay for it? And say, hey, y'all, we ain't doing these votes. I got 5 places we can go. I'm going to pay for it. Here's the 5 places. Vote on the 5 places. If you don't want to go, don't go. But whoever want to go, it's all expense paid. I ain't paying for no booze. I ain't paying for no drugs. I ain't paying for nothing else like that. But your food, your board is paid for. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice for your family member to retire and you not have to worry about anything? And for a retirement gift, you can pay off something for them. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice if you had a child or you had a grandkid, for them graduating and you saying, hey, look, I got you a house. Hey, look, I got you a car. Hey, look, oh, don't worry about college. I got something for you. Wouldn't that be nice? See, we're looking at the wrong things and matriculating the wrong things in life, and we're looking at one little aspect of something, but what if that little thing that you think is nothing could potentially put you in a bigger aspect that can get you to a place that you don't have to worry about anything in your life? So hold on, wait a minute, you learn. You keep saying potential. Well, there's a potential, because if BlackRock is doing something, that means they know something you don't know. If ARK Invest, Kathy Woods, is doing something, that means they know something you don't know. If Elon Musk, one of the wealthiest men in the United States, is doing something you're not doing, that means they know something you don't know. If MicroStrategies is doing something and buying something, that means they know something you don't know. If Fidelity is doing something, if iTrust is doing something, that means they know something that you don't know, and they want you to be lullabied by all this stuff that's happening. Woo! Let's keep them all. Woo! Let's keep them all lullified. And when we keep them lullified and lullabied, then guess what? We're gonna keep them all lullified and lullabied, and they're not gonna worry about nothing else but what's going on TV. What's the next person? What's the next sport? What's the next thing going on? Something over Baghdad. I ain't gonna say the word. You know that song. Dun, 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 dun. You know, some of y'all know that song. But anyway, you just worried about what's going on in another country, but not your own country. Listen, all this stuff is designed to keep you unfocused. A confused mind does nothing. You do nothing if you don't have you. You'll do nothing if you're confused. Well, I don't understand this. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I think I'll keep them. You think you'll keep the life you live in because you want to do nothing because you are scared. I ain't never scared. I will buy some Bitcoin. I ain't never scared. I'm telling y'all, in my opinion, it's not investment or financial advice. In my opinion, you potentially should set yourself up. In my opinion, if BlackRock is doing something, I want to see what they're doing. If Susie Orman and all these other people and Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, is talking about something. I didn't mention him. I want to see what's going on because they're in rooms that you can't be in. They're in rooms that you can't pay for. They're in rooms and places that you will never be able to afford unless you change your mindset. Now, some of those rooms, some of these people who are watching me could potentially be in those later. Some of those rooms and some of those places you could potentially be in if you listen. Some of these places you could potentially be in if you put yourself in a position of power. But here's the thing. You have to change your mindset. You have to change the way in your strategy and the way that you're thinking. You got to change what you're eating, what's going on, what's eating Gilbert Grape. You got to change the way in your mind and what you're thinking. As you think, so is he. You got to change your mind. You got to change the things that you're speaking. You got to change some of the people that you're around. Some of y'all are around some of the negativest people, and you got to get away from those negative, stinking, no good, very bad day people. The people always call you, girl, guess what? Guess what Pookie did today? Hey, dog, man, I'm tired of Kilolo. Kilolo did this today. You got to get rid of some of those folks who all they want to do is call you to complain. I don't want to hear complaints. People, I got family members who be like, I haven't heard from you in a while. You know why? Because you call me with negative news 100% of the times. I'm not going to answer my phone. So family, if you listen to this, if I have not answered my phone for you, that means you're always calling me about something negative. So that's why I haven't answered my phone. I do not put myself around negative Nancy's, negative Joes, negative Johns and Jills. I don't do that. My world does not surround myself around negative people. Why? Because people who are negative want you to be in their negative situation and they want to pull you down. Get away from those people. Free your mind and rest to follow. Free your mind. I'm telling you. En Vogue said it. Free your mind. Free your mind of some of that negative things. And maybe you can receive other things on your plate if you free your mind. If you free what you've been thinking about. If you free yourself of all this weight. I'm telling you, some things you can do. If you stop watching this. What's up, geeky girls? Hey, what's up? What's up? Yo, what's up? What's up? So what I'm saying is free your mind. 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 Free what you're thinking about. Free what you're saying. Free the thoughts and the behaviors and the people who are not meaning you any good. Free yourself from all that. And I guarantee you, if you free all this stuff that's been going on in your mind, I can guarantee you that you can get somewhere in life. I can guarantee you that you can grow. I can guarantee you that you may find that wife you're looking for. I can guarantee you, you may find that husband you're looking for. I can guarantee you, you may find that next thing that you're looking for. I can guarantee you that you can get to the next level of your life. I can guarantee you that you will not have to work for somebody all the days of your life. I can guarantee you the dreams and the thoughts and the mindsets that you have in your life, you can get to the next level if you free your mind. It ain't about me, y'all. I'm on here for y'all. It ain't about me. I'm telling you, it's nothing about me. It's about you. If you're watching me and you have not subscribed, look up here. It's the subscribe button. Look, it's very simple. There's some of you who are going to actually join the membership. I'm telling you, once a certain amount of people are in there and I get that list and those people that are in there, certain perks of my membership, I'm not going to offer for everyone. So once that list is complete, everyone else will be able to be in the membership, but they're not going to get all the first newcomers get. I'm telling y'all this now. I'm trying to help you out. And I said this before. If you join my membership and it's not 10 times the value of what you thought, cancel it. I'm telling you, it ain't about me. It's about you. The whole point is to make sure that you're in the next level of greatness so that you can live your life better. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. Here's the thing. It's 3 o'clock. Right now, we have somebody who is going and they're coming in and they have a wonderful channel. They have two wonderful channels. We got Prez the Investor, and we have excuse me, Lord, boy, I've been getting crunk, y'all. I'm been getting crunk. We have Lisa J Stocks and Prez the Investor about to go live. I'm about to go to their live stream. I was live with them yesterday. We have a wonderful conversation. If you have not, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Look up here. There's a subscribe button up there. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so that you can be abreast of the next time I go live. Also, I have different things and different topics on my channel. So go ahead and check it out if you like stocks and crypto. This is not investment or financial advice. But what I'm about to do is go to Prez the Investor and Lisa J Stocks channel and watch them because they're about to be live at 3. Okay. So I want to appreciate and thank each and every one of you. I thank each and every one of you, and I appreciate you for your time, your patience, and the energy that you brought to this live. Thanks so much. Have a blessed and wonderful week, and we'll see you in the next level of greatness. We'll talk to you. Bye-bye now.